Well. It appears that Israel is yet again doing their exact same favorite hobby, or one of their favorite hobbies, and that is, piracy. Yeah, they're doing more piracy. The Global Sumud Flotilla has been intercepted by the Israeli Navy yet again in international fucking waters. Or I think did they make it? I think they made it to Israeli waters this time, and then they got intercepted by the Israeli Navy and are being now escorted back to Gaza, or not to Gaza. That's into some, what is it? Particular port somewhere in fucking Israel. But yeah, it's basically they're trying to just go again, trying to claim that they're Hamas, blah blah blah. They sent commandos in, they detained Greta Thunberg, obviously, blah blah blah. Very cool, very good. And a bunch of unions in Europe are, well, let's be honest here, protesting and doing strikes now, in order to protest the fact and be sort of show their discontent at the actions of the fucking Israelis. But they've intercepted all but fucking one aid boat. I think they're basically bringing them into immigration proceedings without any fucking lawyers, which I don't know why the fuck Israel is doing any of that shit, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, Israel faced international condemnation and protests on Thursday after its military intercepted almost all of about 40 boats in a flotilla carrying aid to Gaza, took captive more than 450 foreign activists. Again, what they're doing is not against international law whatsoever, but what Israel is doing is certainly against international law, because what they are doing is fucking piracy. Again, Israel and piracy, they love doing that shit. Cameras broadcasting live feeds from the boats, verified by Reuters, show Israeli soldiers sporting helmets and night vision goggles boarding the ships, while passengers huddle together in life vests with their hands up. And then there's a video of the Israeli Foreign Ministry showing Greta Thunberg. Very, very cool. We can take a look at the video, fuck it. Yeah, this is Israeli soldier getting Greta after the interception. This is the exact video the Israeli Foreign Ministry put up. And again, like, a lot of people, because keep in mind, the Europeans deployed naval assets and, like I said before, turned around just as they were getting to the border with Israel. I think the only ones who still had like drones potentially like flying overhead were the Turks, I believe, because the Turks really do not like the Israelis whatsoever. Like, they are not big fans of them. And I think the Spanish and the Italians advised the Global Sumud Flotilla. It's like, okay, guys, I think you guys should really turn back. Like, don't fucking keep going. Like, you guys should really stop before there's any international incidents, because obviously they're going to fucking turn back, which I think a bunch of people in both Italy and Spain were not happy about, which also helped spur on these fucking protests. Because again, broadly speaking, everyone in fucking Europe does not like the fucking Israelis. They fucking hate them. A bunch of rich Israeli tourists will consistently come in to a lot of Western European cities and other European cities and just like trash the places consistently. Like, they did this in the Netherlands during a soccer game where someone in the Netherlands had a Palestinian flag hanging over a balcony, and then they decided to fucking trash the place. It turns out that if you send a bunch of unruly fucking guests to visit a country, you're not going to ingratiate yourself very well to a lot of people that you need support to. So that's pretty cool. One boat, the Marianne, was still sailing strong. Flotilla organizers said on a live video stream that showed the crew piloting the boat. Organizers said the Marianne was about 150 kilometers from Gaza on Thursday night, about 20 kilometers from where Israel began intercepting other boats in the flotilla. Right? They got intercepted right around here, right? This is again in international waters. Once again, let's be honest here. What Israel is doing here is piracy. And one vessel actually last located in Palestinian territorial waters. Oh, did they actually fucking make it? That's fucking crazy. They broke the blockade with one of the boats. Let's go. And also, let's keep in mind, there have been also consistent attacks being done by the Israelis with drones. They did one in Tunisia, and they also did one in Crete, which is, well, in Greece, which is what prompted the Italian and the Spanish navies to send, ships in order to help escort the Global Sumud Flotilla. And again, I have to say this. Do you think that this is really going to stop here, Israel? It's dozens of boats this time. Next time it's going to be hundreds of boats because, again, as I've said before, people are sick and tired of the behavior of the Israeli state and what they are doing in Palestine. Just bombing consistently, just nothing but fucking rubble, and starving the Palestinians out. Because the point, again, for what the Israelis are doing is ethnic fucking cleansing. They just want to kill all the fucking Palestinians. Obviously, we know that a bunch of Canadians were also aboard the vessel. This is, again, from the CBC. It's going to be talking about Canadians. And highest profile symbol of opposition to the Gaza siege. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa joined international condemnation of Israel's move. Yeah, basically everyone was saying, like, dog, well, except the U.S., saying, like, dog, what you guys are doing is piracy. It is actively illegal under international law, what you guys are doing. This is pretty fucking crazy. And also, South Africa was the main ones who decided to file the genocide charges to the ICC, well, against Israel, because what they are doing, and the UN has also declared what Israel is doing as a fucking genocide. Joined international condemnation of Israel's move, calling a grave offense against global solidarity and sentiment that is aimed at relieving suffering in Gaza. Ramaphosa says the interception in international waters reinforced Israel's continued violation of international law, and he called on Israel to immediately release South Africans who were on the flotilla, including former President Nelson Mandela's grandson, Nkosi Sivalweli? I can't fucking... I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm stupid. I'm racist. Whatever. Mandela. The flotilla, which set sail in late August, is transporting medicine and food to Gaza and consists more than 40 civilian vessels with about 500 parliamentarians, lawyers, and activists. It's the highest profile symbol of opposition to Israel's blockade of Gaza. Again, if they really think it's going to stop at 40 vessels, oh boy, they're going to do it again. And instead of 40 vessels, it's going to be hundreds of vessels. It's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the fucking siege is stopped. Flotilla's progress across the Mediterranean Sea garnered international attention as nations, including Turkey, Spain, and Italy, sent boats or drones in case to protect their nationals, in case their nationals required assistance, even as it triggered reported warnings from Israel to turn back. And yeah, I believe there was an instance where in I think it was a Spanish vessel, or it was a Turkish vessel that helped out one of the ships right around Cyprus, I think, to help one of the ships that was having some troubles, and I think it was about to sink. It was having a bunch of technical issues, and they came in and basically helped bail them out, which was, I mean, pretty fucking based of them. Let's be honest here. I condemn the thuggery directed at the Global Sumud Flotilla, which is set out to draw attention to the barbarity of children dying of hunger in Gaza and to deliver humanitarian aid to the oppressed Palestinians. This is from Recep Tayyip Erdogan in a speech to officials in Ankara. The Istanbul Chief Prosecutor's Office said it launched an investigation into the detention of 24 Turkish citizens on the vessels. Turkey's state-owned Anadolu news agency reported. Colombian President Gustavo Petro ordered the expulsion of Israel's entire diplomatic delegation on Wednesday, following the detention of 2 Colombians in the flotilla, and terminated Colombia's free trade agreement with Israel. I'm telling you, man, like, more and more, like, because with what Israel is constantly doing here, because again, what they did was piracy. It is illegal what they are doing. Like, they are just cementing themselves further and further and more as an international fucking pariah on the fucking stage. Because more and more people are going to sort of condemn this. Again, Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim condemned Israel's actions, that Israeli forces detained 23 Malaysians. Because, again, these are representatives from about 44 different countries, about 440 people. And of course, we all know about the prior attempts, right? They warned the flotilla as it was approaching an active combat zone. Like, the people got a fucking text message about that stuff. And that it was violating a lawful blockade. No, it is not. It is illegal what they are doing in terms of international law. To besiege people is illegal under the fucking Geneva Convention. To use starvation and food as a weapon of war is illegal under international law. So, no, this shit is not fucking lawful. You guys can cope and seethe about it. And they also did airborne fucking attacks on the fucking Global Sumud Flotilla, dropping basically incendiary devices and like flares by like tanks and shit to make it look like to threaten the explosions and destructions of the boats. It's fucking ridiculous and insane. And we all know that they have killed fucking activists before. Like, they've done that in 2010 when they sent fucking commandos. I think it was 10 different activists when they sent commandos in 2010, or when there was another ship that was also trying to send aid into the Palestinians. Israeli commandos boarded that and killed a bunch of activists from Turkey, which I wonder why Turkey might not be a particularly big fan of what's going on in Gaza. I have no idea why they might be a big fan, or rather, of Israel in general. I couldn't possibly think of anything. Israel has imposed a naval blockade on Gaza since Hamas took control of the coastal enclave in 2007. And of course, in 2010, 9 activists were killed after Israeli soldiers boarded a flotilla of 6 ships manned by 700 pro-Palestinian activists from 700 countries. It's going to keep happening over and over and over again until, guess what? Israel decides to follow international law, because they refuse to do it. Because what they are doing in Gaza is fucking illegal. And of course, in June this year, Israeli naval vessels detained Greta Thunberg and 11 crew members from a small ship organized by a pro-Palestinian group called the Freedom Flotilla Coalition as they approached Gaza. This was the first instance that it fucking happened. But yeah, we all know about what happened in the Gaza offensive, blah, 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 blah. Who cares about any of that stuff? Well, again, I'm going to keep saying this constantly. Israel, if you guys want the flotillas to stop, then you guys should stop what you're doing in Gaza, and that is actively besieging and starving out the fucking goddamn Palestinians and doing an ethnic cleansing, which has now been called a genocide by the United Nations. Maybe if you guys were to stop doing any of that stuff, then maybe, oh my god, just maybe, these flotillas might stop. Because again, them doing piracy in international waters, because this is the 3rd time that they've done this, is going to make it such that there's going to be another flotilla that's going to be assembled, and it's going to be bigger than this one before. They're going to keep doing it more and more and more until either they get through and break the siege on Gaza, or I suppose force you motherfuckers to have to do something crazy like having to shoot at the fucking boats, which is only going to further marginalize you from the world stage. So personally, as your advisor, Israel, I think you should do everything possible to further marginalize yourself from the world stage and further isolate yourselves as an international fucking pariah. So, if it comes at the price of some, activists, Israel doesn't give a fuck about any of that. They've already shot and killed activists before. So, who gives a shit? All these people suffer and die anyways. But again, when it comes to fucking pariah states, genocidal apartheid states like Israel, they are totally okay with causing as much suffering to people as possible, because the point, again, with what they are doing within Palestine is the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. They want to take all the fucking territory for themselves because, as I've said before, the Zionist project in Israel is a colonial ethno-nationalist project with the express purpose of having Jewish fucking supremacy within the fucking goddamn region. Certainly the case with the Greater Israel Project. So again, fucking spare me this complete utter nonsense. Like, Israel, like, you guys are going to keep violating and doing illegal shit for the express purpose of, causing more and more suffering to the Palestinians. Because in reality, you guys are totally okay with the Palestinians suffering. It's almost as if that's the only thing that gets you fucking hard at night, and that is more and more fucking babies getting starved out and fucking killed by bombs, and you using fucking starvation as a weapon of war, because you people are abhorrent fucking goddamn demons. Don't think there's really much else to say besides, fuck Israel, you guys are an international pariah, and nobody fucking likes your goofy looking head asses. Fuck you, Israel.